How's it going? And on today's episode, I'm going to show you how to make these rainbow unicorn poop cookies. Stay tuned.
Alrighty, so you'll need rainbow food coloring, edible sparkle toppings, clear vanilla for the topping of your cookies to have your sparkles stick on, extra bowls, a mixing bowl, a spatula, and barbecue brush. So you're going to start with adding your powdered sugar and your salt, coconut oil, and your coconut milk. You can use a non-dairy milk for this part right here. And last, your vanilla. Okay, so now you want to take your electric mixer and then you want to mix all your ingredients up well combined. So now you want to add your flour and then your cornstarch, baking soda, creamy tartar until blended. So just mix it up by hand. At the last bit, I ended up using my mixer. It was a little bit easier, but it did fly a little bit, so just use caution if you do use your electric mixer for this part. I don't know if you're supposed to, so I'm not a huge baker. I like to cook, but I'm not like a professional by any means. Okay, so at this point, I gathered up the dough. So the original recipe says to just let it sit. I decided to make it into rainbow colors. So right now I'm going to be splitting up into 6 equal parts. My equal parts ended up not being so equal, but that's okay. It worked out in the end. So I forgot to grab a knife, so I'm just using my plastic spatula, my what do you call that? Silicone. There we go. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So get it all individually into the bowls. And I wasn't sure if it was going to work, but I added the food coloring before they went into the fridge and they turned out fine. Just be careful when you're doing this method. I ended up adding flour because the food coloring that I used was really liquidy. So don't use too much flour to like make it thicker because it'll make your dough like super crumbly. Mixing all the colors, rainbow, unicorn, puppy, passion. Yay! So here's my colors, how they turned out. So they don't have to be exactly, but this is pretty much what I did here. So my pink kind of turned out a little purpley, which is okay because it's kind of more like the violet color. Alright, so you want to gather these up here and you want to put them in the fridge, but you want to cover it. So cover it first, put it in the fridge for 2 hours. Okay, so when that's done, preheat your oven for 375, and then you're going to get a baking sheet, some parchment paper or silicone sheet, and a knife. Your dough might be a little like frozen at this point because you know coconut oil, it likes to like freeze into a big block. So the lady suggests just to leave it sit out for like 15 minutes. I was impatient, so I let it melt in my hands. And then I just rolled everything out into long rolls, I guess. So yeah, just roll each piece out, sit it off to the side. So I did, you know, red, orange, yellow, then green, and I believe I did blue and then the peaky purple. Just, you know, that's kind of like more rainbow accurate. Okay, so once you have all your colors rolled out, you're gonna kind of work them together, but try to have every single color show up. So you may have to flip it over, like I did here, just to make it easier on yourself. I decided to twist mine just to give a unique effect, just to see what it would do, and I don't know, it turned out pretty good. I got some neat swirls of color in there. So this part is definitely used by your imagination. Don't stray too far from the original recipe though, just in case it'll like not cook properly, because it's not my recipe, so I'm not too terribly sure what you can do with this, but if you cook very often and you know what you're doing, not like me, then go for it. And who knows, if you do something different and it works out, and your poop cookies look more like poop and not kind of like squish poop, I don't know, or diarrhea. Mine kind of ended up being unicorn diarrhea cookies. Yeah, just let me know on my Facebook page. Post a picture and then just like let me know what you did for your method, like what you did differently than what I did. Yeah, because I would definitely like to know. I was thinking about doing like a shortbread recipe. Eric was telling me this was like a shortbread, but the lady titles it a sugar cookie, so I don't know. I was just gonna try a different recipe and see if it was gonna turn out differently, and so it wasn't gonna puddle into like diarrhea looking kind of look. Hey, they're unicorn poop cookies, never mind. Okay, so at this point I'm swirling it and I'm working it into a poop shape. And when I was like on the third or fourth one, I kept looking down at them just to see, you know, how they're doing, and I was kind of grossed out. So if you could get a recipe that doesn't like sink down, yeah, you could just about fool anybody, because they looked really gross on the part on my silicone sheet. There's the first one that I did. Turned out not too bad. There's the bottom. So I decided to do 6 to a pan. If you're using this recipe, definitely do only 6 because they like to puddle out, like I said. So yeah, like you could really see how much it looks like turds. And they flatten into diarrhea. Ah! Oh well. Okay, so yeah, don't put toppings on and then bake. Laugh at me. Do it right now. Okay, so I use this shimmer stuff. I don't want to name the company, but anyway, I put it in the clear vanilla, and then I just kind of spread it all over the cookie, and then sprinkled some toppings, and just go nuts. So yeah, I'm re-sticking some new little balls on there. As you can see, the other one's kind of melted. Sad face. Oh well. They're still good though. They tasted alright.
Hey guys, so we just finished up with the rainbow unicorn poop cookies, and I'm going to give it a taste tester to let you know how I thought of these. Let's pick this one. I'm going to put the plate down here. Okay, so this is my unicorn poop cookie. Why did I make these silly things? Because my daughter, honestly, my daughter loves to joke about farts. She loves to joke about farts all the time. And I had a joke in my last video, my birthday video. So yeah, I just thought it would be a good time to do it. So, cheers. They're crumbly. They're crispy, really oily. The sugar isn't like wah in your face. They're delicious. They're definitely not a healthy cookie. They're really high in oil. Even when I was rolling them out, they're really like oily and stuff. But I don't know. I recommend making these if you don't mind having sweets every now and then that aren't, you know, dates and stuff like that. So yeah, So this is my unicorn poop cookie episode, and I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for next week. Bye, guys.